Hey, we're in.
We're in.
Hey, we're in. Oh, I'm at a pedestal stand.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa, I'm so cool.
You're on chat.
I am. I'm so cool. Heart, the 100 emoji.
Yeah.
Oh, I can spam it. I don't know why I can do that, but I can.
Oh, please
Okay,
don't tell me it's broken.
on, um, two. Alright, I put a two in chat. Did you see it?
There we go. It's there. Let's go.
Okay. Hooray. You know what? You know what's been out? Four. What will you do now?
Now the competition is starting. You're not even a contestant.
Five? I'm going with a six.
Okay.
Um,
My chat looks
this
like
is
it's
gonna be a little weird just off the fact that it's a 1v1 now, not a 2v2. I mean, obviously still gonna treat it like it's team scoring,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, it is gonna be kind of weird.
We have our
Gonna be,
imaginary contestants. Don't worry.
yeah, they're here in spirit.
Ooh. I do have podium backups if they show up. Ooh.
Okay. Um, okay. Are we ready to begin?
Yes.
Spinel, are we ready? Yes, okay. Hey, we can get started. In all honesty, I forgot it was Thursday when I woke up this morning. You just like, oh, see, Laura requested. I'm like, wait, what? And I looked at the calendar. I'm like, oh crap, it's Thursday already.
Man, winter break
It,
really didn't feel like winter break.
yeah, I gotta go back to class in like 3 days. I don't wanna.
Oops.
So that's why I'm not working with English. Me. Since the last game show, I lost my ability to speak English.
Oh no, that's unfortunate.
Yeah. Uh,
Kinda need that as a host.
yeah, for real. Anyways, game show time. Wahoo.
Yahoo!
Alright, go. This is the 20. Funny, this would have been a funny question to end on last time, but yeah.
Okay.
Um,
Wait. Do you still want me to read them or are you done?
I mean, I can read them.
Okay.
I will say I am gonna be kind of lower energy because it is later at night than last time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I just feel kind of tired, so
Makes
a bit
sense.
lower energy, but it's okay. We're still having fun. Um, so Alex is one of my characters. He has, I mean, wait, wow, he's one of my characters? No way. He has the power to mess with the fourth wall, but only like once every so often. It takes a lot of strength out of him, and he doesn't choose to use it that much anyways. With all this information in mind, what is his favorite food?
Man.
Could you possibly take a guess? Do you have
Okay.
any idea?
We're gonna do turns this time, so start with Spinel, then I'll go.
Okay.
I'll go with A for apples.
Alright, Spinel, you have to say a letter. A, B, C, or D, even though they're all the exact same.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Uh, Okay, B for apples. The correct answer is apples. He likes apples. That's it.
Who
Um,
gets the point?
both of you get the point.
Yay! I was right. No, I was right. What are you talking about?
You were both right though.
No, gave
So
me
you
a apple puss today. It was an apple cut into like 8 halves, so it looked like an octopus. It was very cute.
oh nice.
I thought he just couldn't pronounce apple, but no, it was an apple puss.
Anyways, oh, that was a fast first question. I mean, I wonder why though.
It was a very hard one.
Anyways, though, next question. Heart is a Draco Link from. Sorry, my friend just started playing a game, and he has the most cursed Steam profile picture. I don't know why he changed it. I was not prepared for that. I'm sorry.
What's the image?
I don't know. I can't get it now. I'll send it to you after.
Okay.
Anyways, Art is a Dracoling from the underworld. Most Dracolings are normal, but a few of them, if exposed to too much mana at once, become mutants. Art is currently undergoing that process. It is being slow due to medicine, but there currently isn't a cure to the mutation. Which of these is not a side effect of the Dracoling mutations? And then the 4 answers are on screen.
Read 'em.
Okay. Alright, geez. Extra horns, discolored skin, mood swings, and extreme hunger. One of these is not a side effect.
I'm gonna go D, extreme hunger.
Right. Spinel says B, discolored skin. And the answer is, it's funny because I don't remember the answer because I haven't touched this in like a month. Extra horns was the correct answer. Dracolings are just born with anywhere from 1 to 4 horns. Art was just born with 4 of them.
I thought that was too dragony.
Some of them have 4 horns. Like, just naturally. It is possible. Yeah. Yeah, so neither of you are right. Okay. I had to double check because my brain is like, where was that again? Once again, I haven't touched the slideshow in a month. I barely remember the questions that are on it.
Point total for yourself if you can remember. I would hope you
Yeah.
would.
I'm like, what are the answers to my questions? I'm gonna be playing the game show alongside you guys.
Who's those
It'll be
guys
great.
again?
Yeah, who's those are these? I think they're Bob's. Anyways, next question. Natasha was a lone child after her dad left and her mother died of hollow heart syndrome. See, because there was a question about it in the last 20, the first 20 questions. See, it all connects. After working and living at a restaurant, she eventually I give up. She eventually met the Dazish family. Natasha happened to serve them, and the conversation just so happened to come up. Eventually, after the restaurant burned down, the Dazishes, it's so hard to say, heard about it on the news. This led to Natasha becoming a part of the Dazish family. She then does most of the work around the house that would need done, but the family insists she take it easy at time. Natasha watches the 2 children, Grace and Kenzie, both grow up. Which of the 2 children grows more of a bond with Natasha? And it's Grace or Kenzie. It's a 50-50.
I'll go A, Grace. Because I know.
Okay.
Never mentioned this woman before, but maybe they're close.
That is actually right. It is Grace. I remember the answer to that one. Grace felt a lot more of a personal connection to Natasha than Kenzie did. Just because she spent a lot more time with Natasha than Kenzie did. Because Kenzie was 4 years older.
That's why she knows what Hollow Heart is in the latest chapter. Oh, that makes sense. That's cool.
Yeah, that's definitely, I definitely planned that ahead of time. I didn't just realize that all makes sense now. I'm a genius author, and I have no idea.
That wasn't a connecting point. You just accidentally gave one of her best friends' mothers
Yeah,
cohort syndrome.
it just kind of works. It just kind of works out. Yeah,
That's
Spittle, that is so real. Yeah. Okay, I am so smart. Anyways, next question. Hunter is one of my Inkaus who ended up fleeing one of the most crucial battles. Did I spell crucial right? I feel like that's spelled wrong. Hold on, I actually have to look at this now. It's actually right. Why does that not look right?
Crucial's a weird
Whatever.
word.
English language is stupid.
Mhm.
Anyways, Hunter ended up fleeing one of the most crucial battles of the war against the Overlord. He could barely live with himself afterwards, especially since the Overlord practically succeeded in his goal, only leaving Hunter alive to taunt him. Hunter would eventually end up going by himself in a separate pocket dimension from his own, so he didn't have to interact with most people ever again. Who breaks this trend of self-isolation? Ink, Prisoner, Hyper, which I think I renamed Athlete to Hyper halfway through and forgot about it.
Okay.
Because I don't know what that's about. I'm a great host. So good at my job. And, Demolition.
I remember Prisoner, but I don't remember what he's like. I'm gonna say Ink because I think
Hey.
he's the one with powers to like break that self-isolation. So I'm gonna say Ink.
Okay. The answer was Prisoner, which Spinell did say B. You actually got it right. Saying B 3 times in a row did work eventually. You have only chosen B, Spinell. Oh, yeah. So Ink tried to help Hunter, but Ink was just too soft.
Damn it!
And Hyper never really tried because he didn't really see a point. The Demolition tried, but he's not very good at it. He was accidentally quite aggressive about it. And Prisoner had that kind of in the middle balance that worked out. And those two already share similar connections anyway, so yeah, that's why it's Prisoner.
Makes sense.
Spin out.
I can't
It's a
believe Ink
pawn.
did try.
I mean, he would just try. Like, he'd try his darndest.
I knew it was in character, I was just too confident in his ability.
Think to the server, I swear on my life, this better be important. Okay, it's not really important, but whatever. I'm not gonna get violent over it. That's too much work. Anyways, next question. Emily is a feline hybrid who was one of the only survivors of the feline extinction. Basically, Yanye, once she got infected with the dark magic virus, killed off most of the species. Only a few escaped, including Emily, but she was infected as well. She now has to hold back this infection from taking control of her body. At what stage in the infection is Emily at? And as a hint, there are 6 stages.
I feel like this was
So she,
in your cat girl doc that you sent me, but I read that like 2 years ago and I don't remember.
yeah, I was gonna say that's a pretty old doc. Do you remember?
I feel like I remember information from it, but I don't remember which stage is which.
Spinell's going with B.
B.
Listen, statistically speaking, you're bound to be right 25% of the time.
It's gotta be 5 or 6. It's been a while. Everyone's dead. Well, almost. I'll go C. I'll go C.
Okay. The answer is 4. Spinell is. Why is it working? It's working for Spinell. I can't believe this.
Oh no.
Yeah, so stage 3 is when the body like kind of starts to morph. Stage 5 is a complete total loss of control. Stage 6 is something that only Yanye has reached, and stage 4 is where Emily's at, where at that point you're like fighting it off mentally.
Why is this not in
Because I'm putting the wrong answers first. I'm putting the wrong answers first, and then the right answer is at the end. Anyways, I've added the points. The next question. Blaze is a Dracoling and is also the daughter of Blair. Despite this usefulness and ironic to her name, Blaze does not share powers that her mother does. Instead, her powers relate to what?
Wait, we had a question about Flare. What does Flare do? I know what Flare does. Ah!
I mean, I could tell you. This doesn't really change much anyway, considering her powers don't relate. Um, her powers, she has fire-related powers, and she can also, like, make herself glow aggressively bright.
Oh yeah! That's yeah, okay.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any logical sense, but it's funny. I mean, there's logic to it, but on an outside perspective, there's no logic to it,
Yeah.
which is why it's funny. Anyways,
Uh,
Spinell is saying B
I feel like
25% of the time.
she's bound to win. Dude. What info do you have? What are you hiding? What are you hiding?
I'm not telling you until you answer the question.
I'm gonna crawl over my podium and grab her, dude. What are you hiding?
Joke's on you, that's only my PNG tuber, you don't know where I live. I mean, I think you have a very rough estimation of where I live,
Yeah, I
but
sure do,
you
actually.
don't, it's a very, very rough estimation
You're
though.
only like a state across from me. I can crawl over there. Take me a few days.
Yeah, I'll see you in a couple years.
Okay. It's either B or C, I fear. I can't do B. I think someone's already claimed that. I'll go C.
Yeah, I wonder who claimed that.
I wonder who.
Alright, the answer is plasma magic, which is in fact C. While plasma magic is similar to fire magic, they are technically different.
I
And
knew it.
I don't know
I
if I
knew
already
it.
said this anywhere, but the DNA in the universe, DNA is what like determines what powers you have. People with similar DNA have similar types of powers. Like fire and plasma are technically similar, but they're different enough that they're treated differently.
Mhm.
So yeah,
Dude, I knew it. Because it either had to be similar or opposite. And shadow is the opposite of light. Dude.
it do be. Right. Another point has been added, and I got pinged again. Nack, damn it! Stop pinging me. Cease thy pinging of me.
Cease thy pinging, snap.
Yes, I'm about a Thanos snap. Anyways, the next question. Destiny is the leader of the Ragnarok group. They are the ones in charge of fighting Hank. I actually gave that villain a name. He has a name now.
Yeah.
Destiny keeps everyone busy and tries to make it feel like they're just a family, as most of the group has either been traumatized or just mentally troubled due to Hank's actions. One of the group's bonding activities she does is to get the group together to play board games. What is your favorite board game for this occasion?
Hmm.
These I own all of these board games, by the way.
I don't know what Betrayal at House on the Hill is, but I'm intrigued, so I'm picking it. I think I spoke before about
I
this.
wonder what Spinell's gonna pick.
Don't you dare steal my answer.
Can anyone guess in the chat what Spinell's gonna pick?
Don't you dare steal my answer. I'm so scared.
Yes, it's B. No way, Spinell guessed B.
No.
25% of the time.
She's going to get it right.
Unfortunately, the answer is pandemic.
Damn.
So, both of you are wrong. because Destiny wants to build coordination and cooperation between the group, so Pandemic is the best board game that she owns for this.
What is pandemic?
So it's a game where you, the players, have to stop a virus from spreading across the world. There's technically 4 different viruses that you have to cure, and I've played it. It's actually really fun,
Sick.
and it takes like a lot of thought and cooperation. So pretty sweet.
Cute. I could enjoy that.
It is, yeah. Alright. No one got it right, so no points. The next question. Elijah is a weird case, being the only human in the Splatoon world. At least, the only one that sides with the Inklings. Remaining humans that somehow survived are very aggressive and territorial. After getting involved in Ink's war and seeing the other universe's fighters, Elijah asks Ink to try and give him powers. Ink does, but nothing immediately happens, so both of them just presumed it failed. However, Elijah did get a power. But the trigger to this power just never really occurred up to the point where it activates. What is the trigger for Elijah's power to activate? Is it intense anger? Is it if one of his bones breaks? Is it if his heart rate exceeds 200 beats per minute? Or this is an incorrect answer? Don't pick this.
Well, man, one is really calling to me, but it's don't.
No, pick an answer that wasn't B. Oh
What is
no!
happening?
The
What
world's
is
ending.
happening? She unlocking her ability? What is happening? I think it's A. I think it's intense anger. That feels very classical.
Okay, Spinel says C, Bill says A. And the answer is C! 200 plus beats per minute is the correct answer. While it may seem impossible to hit this heart rate, Elijah can do this because Ink's powers also altered the way his body functions, so it can reach higher heart rates now. Which does mean Elijah could very easily die from a heart attack if he's not careful.
How did you
Because
know
fun
that?
fact, in gym class we learned that the absolute max human heart rate you can have on average is 220 minus your age. And since Elijah at the time of the story is 16, if his heart rate gets to 204, he kind of just dies of a heart attack.
Oopsie.
Fun. What?
Spinel, how did you know that? How did you know that?
I don't know. I have no clue. It was just a guess. I mean, to be fair though, it's like anger is like, yeah, it's classical, but like it almost feels too cliche. The other one was like a bone breaking, which I mean that was an interesting one. It could have honestly been either of these two. I'm just glad no one picked D. I mean, I wanted someone to pick D, but I was really hoping no one picked it. Because I was like, I feel bad to say that was actually an incorrect answer.
It just asked so politely. I couldn't choose it. Sadly.
Yeah.
You know.
Anyways, the next question. Wait, who got a point for that? Spinel got a point. Any dad that point real fast. Hold on, 5 seconds, gang.
Why?
There you go. Point has been added.
If I had
Next
seen it,
question.
I would be winning this entirely.
I mean, your team is still winning by 2 points. Your team has 12,
Never
while
mind.
Spinel's team has 10.
Never mind.
Anyways, the next question. Whale is a Dracoling who likes to explore the underworld. She can't ever go far due to her being young and getting lost very easily, but she is the adventurous type and is rarely deterred by danger. She had close calls with many creatures of the underworld, but Rael actually managed to fight one of them off completely by herself. Which one did she fight off? Also, the context for this line right here, I accidentally made 2 question 28s somehow without realizing it.
Hmm.
So this was originally a second question 28. Yeah, so that was interesting.
You
I'm so
tattled
good at
on
my
yourself
job.
here. We would have never
I
known.
did. Because it was pretty funny. I thought I should mention it at some point.
That's fair. Hmm.
Anyways, what be thy guesses?
Cause she's a baby. How did she do this?
Oh, I see. Spinell's only gonna spam C now.
Oh.
It's like I have to say 10 of the same answer, then I gotta switch what letter I'm doing to mix it up.
She's going down in the alphabet. She'll get there. I'm gonna go geezer. That feels like geezer. Wait, is that geezer or gazer?
Gazer.
Gazer. I'm gonna go gazer because it sounds like geezer and that's old.
Okay, hold on. I had to plug in my phone. I had to shift. Alright, so Bill with D, Spinell with C, and the answer is D. It is actually a gazer, but it's because gazers don't really do combat. They just try to like take energy while they're sleeping, or through negativity. However, because Rail is basically a child, she doesn't really have any of that, so it just ran away out of fear.
Nice. What is the who is this? Who is this baby girl you sent in chat, Spinell?
Huh? Back in Incredibles. That's so funny.
Gazer beard. This is who she defeated, alright. That's who I'm picturing.
Yeah, she beat up that guy. So real. Alright, points have been added. We move on. Overnurse is a demigod from a universe that was destroyed by the Chaos Overlord. She thought the universe just kinda happened to end, but she and two other demigods managed to survive by entering a pocket dimension. They had no way to leave it as the main universe was destroyed. Ink eventually does manage to get into this pocket dimension and get the demigods out. Each of these demigods has power related to something nature based, be it earth nature, human nature, etc. Which of these is what relates to Overnus's powers?
Well, it's not D. I'm gonna have to steal Spinell's here. I think it's C.
You are both saying C, and the answer is C. Whether was the correct answer. I'm still lazy. There's no more text. But yeah. I was gonna say crap. Good job, me. I'm so intelligent.
It's just that positive and negative emotions was too generalized. Nature was definitely wrong. It was only gonna be weather.
Alright, the next question. Dr. Hope is a very prominent character in the confronting universe. Includes when Yanye appears and starts causing trouble, Dr. Hope tries to research a cure. However, he ends up being killed by Yanye while working. However, in the words of Metro Man, his death was greatly exaggerated. How did he not die?
Insert clever answer here. I'm not picking.
Yeah. Insert clever answer here. I couldn't come up with a fourth one, so yeah, don't pick that one either. That one's not right. I'll just tell you that ahead of time.
He did a Goku thing when he set the.
He did like a Goku thing when he. So like in Dragon Ball Super, he's fighting Hit, who's like he can stop time. Hit like lands a critical attack that like stops Goku's heart, but he launched a Ki Blast preemptively up into the air, and it hit his heart and like revitalized it. So that's what I'm saying there. It basically did like that.
I think it's B. I think it's B.
Right. The answer is D. He did like a Goku Ki thing when he's. It's so funny because I had to type that all out. And it was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it, not all caps, because I was generally doing that with the answers. But I decided, you know what? It would be pretty funny if I just didn't capitalize it. So, yeah, that was the correct answer.
I can't believe this. I should have known. I should have known.
Yeah, listen, I spent like 20 minutes explaining it in the text box. You should have just picked that one.
Yeah, it's like a school test. The longest answer is probably the right one. I should have known.
Yeah, exactly. The long answer is the correct answer. Anyways, Spinel has received the points,
No!
and we move on to the next. No. Anyways, now we move on to the next question. Paraine is one of the 8 unique Volpe hybrids, each of them based off of one of the 7 virtues. Because I can't think of anything lore related at this time. Oops. What virtue does Paraine encompass? If you recall, we did a question like this before.
Yeah, but I don't remember what the answer was. Is that clarity or charity?
Charity.
Charity. Yeah, I also think it's A.
Alright. You two think it's A. But the answer is B. Remember, I did like a naming trick thing. I just took the name, cut out some letters, and I like rearranged them or changed a couple.
That's really
I did last time. Yeah, that's what I did with all of them. I'll say that ahead of time.
That's very good. Man, I should
Yeah.
click that. That's cute.
The advantages of being busy for a month and not being able to do the OC lore trivia. People forget how I did naming schemes.
Oh, I should have rewatched. I should have studied.
Anyways, the next question. John was a completely normal person, preparing himself for college in a couple weeks. While traveling with a friend to go to a high school graduate meetup, the city he was in got bombed. John was the only survivor in the town, but survivor is stretching it a little bit. He had small shards of shrapnel in his torso, and one of his limbs was rendered completely unusable, requiring him to need a prosthetic. Which limb did he lose?
This happened to me, by the way. I think it's B.
What?
Nothing.
That happened to you?
No, this is not normal day. This happened to me yesterday.
Oh, I'm still in the hospital.
Oh yeah, I'm streaming from the hospital then.
Let me stream in the hospital
This is
chat.
great. Pokes the shrapnel in my torso.
Yeah. Alright, Spinel says A. Bill, what do you say?
B. Right arm forever.
B. Well, it was not the arms. It was his left leg. Anyways, his left leg took the most damage out of his entire body. I mean, if you ignore the shockwave that happened that caused him to go flying out of his vehicle and, made him fall unconscious, but the only thing that managed to sustain John from just dying basically on the spot was a chunk of the crystal, which Hannah was not a fan of. You'll see Hannah later.
Which
She's later now.
story is this from? I kind of want to read that. Really bad.
Well, that one's not getting written for a while. I'm working on confronting.
Damn.
I'm sorry.
So hyped for confronting demons, so I'll settle.
True. Alright. Neither of you are right, so no points. Next question. Yanya is a psychotic cat girl that was the first one to be infected by the corruption virus. Because of her being isolated from everyone else once she was corrupted, she became what was called a host. Now fully in control of herself, but her mind was twisted by dark magic. Oh, and by the way, she can blow up planets if she puts enough effort to it. Yep, Dragon Ball power scaling, am I right? Anyways, Matthew and Grace went with Grim, who is now a neutral person who wants little to do with Matthew, to the underworld, to hopefully recruit some help. One of these people they get just so happens to be a family member of Yanye's. Who would it be?
Oh wait, you mentioned the lane, but it can't be her. It's not Flare, is it? No. No, that's not Cat Girl. It's gotta be A or B. Spinel went A, I'll go B.
All right. Both of you are wrong. It was Emily. I was. I gave you the answer earlier on. I literally said in one of the previous questions, Emily is Yanye's sister.
Really? I wasn't. I should have played closer attention. I only remember.
Yeah, it was in one of the previous questions. It all connects.
No. That was a question today,
Yeah.
and I didn't remember.
That was a question today. Yeah,
That was a question today.
it was. I will say though, in regards to Zaylith, that is a person that Yanye does get to help her. Cornelius and Flair. No, Cornelius actually fights against Yanye, and Flair wasn't found at that time. So yeah, Zaylith was actually there to help Yanye. Anyway, so next question. Troy is your average speedster. I couldn't come up with anything else cooler for him. His powers come from the crystal, and based on the speed he moves, he can charge electrical punches. He appears in the underworld at one point to help assist Matthew and Grace travel. While Troy is there, alongside Alex, they have to fight off a swarm of high nines, which, for context, high nines are hydras mixed with, like, wolves. No, they are vicious and scary and will rip you in half. Out of the 200 that are there, how many does Troy manage to take out? Like, Troy really doesn't have lore, so this is like the best thing I could come up with. I mean, I got 100 plus OCs. I can't always come up with better questions.
It's a Hydra and a wolf?
It's like a Hydra and a canine mixed together. That's what the naming scheme comes from. Alright, Spinel says A. Alright, C. The answer was D. Matthew barely got any because he was like freaking out, so he got like 20.
That's Matthew.
Grace was wounded at the time, so she couldn't really do much, so she also got 20. Had a gun, just started blasting and got 70. And Troy ran in a circle really fast and just kept hitting them in the face, so he got 90.
I knew he'd get
And that math adds up. Yeah, I know, right? Missing context clues. That's why I love it. I can exclude context clues and watch people struggle. To be fair, that is the point of the entire OC quiz. I give you like a little bit of context, and then you need to write an essay.
Yeah.
To be fair, that's basic. This is like college. I don't tell you anything. Now write me an essay.
This is practice for going back to college for you.
Yeah, this is practice for going back to college.
Torment other people with college.
Yeah, this is what my college experience is like. No, you gotta deal with it.
No.
Anyways, the next question. No one got a point. Hey, look, I brought this up. Zaylith was one of Yanye's most loyal minions, being corrupted but also still having a consciousness, since Yanye allowed him to. Zaylith acts more as a mental manipulator, trying to trick or coerce people into getting what he wants. He can also warp people's minds with magic. Because of this, he has fought a few of Matthew's friends. Who of these characters did he fight but lose against? And I have to check the next slide because I think you can still look. I'm doing this on a different tab, but if I recall correctly, okay, he fought 3 of these people and one of them he didn't fight. So he didn't fight one, and he beat 2 of them, but he lost to the 4th one. So, who is this 4th one I speak of?
I think he definitely tried to fight Grace, but she's overconfident, so I think she lost, sadly. I forgot who Zach is. I think Troy could do it.
I can tell you this. Zach is the strong guy who creates black holes. He's the 7-foot guy who threw that one dude to Antarctica.
Maybe he could do it. He's a mental guy. So strength doesn't really matter, does it? I don't think Grace has a strong mental strength. Troy? Maybe. No. I don't know. Maybe, actually. Can you tell me who Prince is? I think I forgot.
Krint is the one with hollow heart syndrome.
Ah! Nope. I think it's...
Yep, nope, not happening. That's funny, like, nope, I instantly lost all faith in you.
Sorry, man. You have sadness, literally in your heart. B, lock in.
Alright. Bill, it hurts my feelings that you don't have any confidence in Grace, because Grace was the correct answer. My feelings are hurt.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
he never actually fought Krint. They were at Doctor's Hope getting their hollow heart syndrome treated. He fought Troy, but he was easily able to predict Troy's movement. Just kind of tripped him. He slipped and fell, and then just restrained him. He fought Zach, and Zach actually did better, but he eventually got around his magic and just beat the snot out of him. He tried his mental shatter against Grace, but she had too much mana. She had also been learning how to harness her mana more, so yeah, that fight was a beatdown for Zalith. Oh yeah, he also died.
I can't believe that's not a spoiler.
I mean, this is technically in the next book, so this isn't a spoiler.
You'll forget about
Yeah,
it.
to be fair, this
Don't
is
worry about it.
you'll forget about it. To be fair, if I forgot this was a question, you'll forget this was a question too. Especially since it's gonna take me a year to finish this book because of just life, and then I gotta, write this book. So don't worry, you'll don't worry, you'll be okay. Don't forget this happened.
I feel better about not guessing Grace, because in her development so far, I don't think she could do it. In book 2, shrugs, maybe. Maybe she develops a bit.
Maybe. We will see.
We'll see. Read. She actually does do it, so she does. That's not a guess.
Yeah.
She does do it. She kills the guy also.
Yeah. The next question. Oh, this is a fun one. Sargo is a modern-day pirate, but not like the kind that would pirate a car. She is a literal pirate, like the kind that steals treasure. Or at least she used to be. The rest of her crew has either left, or they have been killed, leaving only Sargo. She just kind of then just lived on the side of the beach. Not the beach, there's not one beach on this planet. Until the group fighting against Ragnarok just found Sargo one day. Sargo asked to tag along, and while Hannah was sick and tired of recruiting new people, they had already recruited 2 new ones in the last week alone, they decided to let her join. Sargo would prove herself very useful until she was faced with a fear that's pretty ironic for a pirate. What is this fear?
Oranges isn't ironic. Guns isn't. Money doesn't make sense. It's gotta be. Maybe it's guns. No. It's either B or C. But she was at the beach. She went herself to the beach. She lived on the side of the beach. Huh. I guess the ocean is different than waves. Ironic. Wouldn't oranges be ironic? Okay. I'm going C. I'm gonna lock in. I feel like I'm wrong, but
Wait. Bill is going C and Spinell is going B. And it was in fact B, the ocean. She actually, I didn't write this, but she actually was trying to like force herself to confront her fear by living on a beach, but it didn't really help. But yeah, she can't swim, and thus she just has that fear that she'll drown. which is funny because she has no idea that her power lets her walk on water. She finds that out later.
That's beautiful, man.
I know, so it's like double ironic. Not only is she a pirate, she can also actually just walk on water. So she has no reason to be afraid, but she just doesn't know she can walk on water, so that's why she's afraid.
That's so cute. I love that so much. Face your fears. You can walk on water.
Alright. It is still a close game. Team Spinel with 13 and Team Bill with 14.
Oh, please, lose.
Alright. Question 38. Zero is a mutant Dracoling, the thing that Hart feared that he would become. However, unlike Hart, who is only partially mutated, Zero is now fully mutated. He's now a ravaging beast that the other Dracolings have to keep locked away in a specially designed prison that restricts mana usage. Zero is too powerful to just be roaming around. However, despite being a rampaging monster, he's still partially in there. There are a few people he won't go out of his way to blindly attack. Which of these people will he not just blindly attack? Claire, Hart, Anom, or Neo?
Who's Anom again? Can I know?
Anom was the, Did I have a question about Anom? I swear I had a question about Anom. I have to check now. Do I have a question about Anom up to this point? No, you did not. Okay. So therefore, you don't get any information. I was like, if it's a question, if it's related to a question you already answered, then I would be like, sure, whatever. But yeah, I have not said anything about this guy yet.
That would be a Gamba.
Yeah.
I think I'll go Hearts. Maybe mutual understanding.
Okay.
Both
Bill says
You're going Gamba?
Spinel says D.
Gamba!
Who's yapping in the background? Who's yapping in the background about gambling? Okay. And the answer is... It's Neo, which I don't think anyone... Yeah, no one said Neo. Claire was the one who technically was responsible for locking him up, and Zero knows that, so he's upset he's spaghetti. Zero shares no significant connection with Hart, and Anom never treated Zero well, being a strict commander type, and always treated Zero just like a beast.
Oh.
Zero and Neo are brother and sister, and Zero is at least able to process that, so he doesn't go out of his way to attack Neo.
They both end with that. Yeah, that checks out. With their naming schemes, that didn't click for me.
Yeah. That was actually one that I was like, wait, their naming scheme actually makes sense now. I am a genius. Once again, I've planned this out in advance.
I'm such a good writer.
I am such a great writer.
Not purposeful.
Yeah, I know. Right, the next question. Phantom is an Inkayu who has visually lost most of his color. This is because he lost the war against the Chaos Overlord, and he had his soul taken from him. However, he didn't die, as he had enough soul energy to create himself an artificial soul. He then learned how to absorb the souls of those who have already died, and he powers himself up with them. This gave him the potential to be the strongest AU of Ink. However, alongside his colors being dimmed, what other aspect of Phantom has been taken from him as a result of his soul being taken? Healing powers, his positive emotions, his appetite, and his original magic.
I'm gonna say D. I feel like that makes sense.
One for A and one for D. It was B. The soul is what makes the people who they are. It is integral to their being. Since Phantom's soul is that of deceased souls, he lacks most emotion. He's always had a neutral expression on his face until he gets serious, but never in the story is he seen with a smile.
No, poor guy. At least
Still does technically have access to his healing magic, he just doesn't really use it.
Poor guy.
Alright, this is going a lot faster than I thought it would in all honesty. We've been live for how long? Like 48 minutes. Dude, we have not been live that long. We might honestly go to question 50, just because we're getting through this so fast. I mean, if both of you are fine with it.
I'm down. You down, Spin? How much time do I got? Oh, I got 5 minutes.
Oh, you got 5 minutes? Oh, then we can't go to question 50 because we don't have time.
Okay. How long would that take?
At the rate we've been going, roughly 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can do 20. That'll be fine. Just be ready.
Okay, yeah. Alright, get ready. Get ready, anyone who's in chat. Protect your ears. The alarm is coming. The alarm is coming. The alarm is coming.
No alarm is coming.
Alright, anyways. The next question. Entity is an Inkayu who is in a similar state to Phantom, but with a different story to him. He actually managed to defeat the Chaos Overlord earlier than normal, then figured out that to prevent anyone else from trying to harness the Overwrite energy, that he should just absorb it. However, this led to some unintended consequences. The energy basically destroyed his body, leaving him in a monstrous-like state. He created himself a different body that could handle the energy, but it still looked unsightly. He's the second strongest AU due to his power. Now here's an unrelated question. What's his favorite snack?
Tell them all of the trauma dump and just like, dude, what
Yeah.
on?
What are you snacking on though?
It feels like there's a common denominator in here, too. I'm gonna go.
Wait, Spinel said A because that's theirs. That's so real, actually.
Your favorite snack is shrimp?
Still, there is a child screaming in the background. Why is that happening?
They're just having fun.
That does not sound like
I
fun.
think they're doing the energy absorption right now.
Oh, the cool question, really funny question is until question 61. I have a really funny one, but that's pretty far away. I'm not gonna get to it today. They do not sound like they're having fun in the background, Bill. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? Bill.
I'll go General B. Maybe he's just a fish fan.
Alright, shrimp and fish, and the answer is... he doesn't have one. It's a trick question. I lied!
No! Evil house.
He can't taste anything, so he wouldn't have a favorite.
That makes sense. Why were all the other ones seafood related?
That is a great question. I probably just went to Red Lobster a couple days prior to making that question. That's a great question. I wish it's a really good question. Anyways, we're gonna do the next 10 questions because Bill has like 20 minutes. Hey, it's Matthias. Bill, you probably know the answer to this one.
I love that guy.
Matthias is an OC who is heavily based upon me, myself, and I. He wants to protect those around him and ends up getting thrown into wild worlds and scenarios. During a small series I will be writing, Matthias is traveling between worlds, trying to find his way home, but he's also trying to escort someone else to their home. Who is that person?
I'm pretty sure it's A.
I need to grab something real fast.
Just be friends, but I feel like it's A.
Well, give me a moment. Oh, I'm gonna read out the answers, but I need to grab something real fast. Okay, here we go. So it's either Cream the Rabbit, Goku, the hero from Bad End Eater, or Pronto, the Magnificent. Oh, and he just lifelong memories.
change my guess so badly. I want to change my guess so badly.
I mean,
Spinel.
just tell me what your final answer is. Spinel said A.
Spinel, I'll draw anything for you if you change your answer to D. Thank you. Okay. My answer's A.
What? What am I gonna free drawing? Spinel gets all the free drawings. I don't get any. What? This is rigged.
No, she
Rigged.
just showed me a little stuff and she gave me the answer D. That's deserving of a little dude.
What do I gotta do to get a free drawing?
You gotta draw me something, and then I'll draw you something back. That's an art trade.
I drew that one thing that one time. Does that not count for anything?
Wait, I don't remember.
Hold on, I'll send it to you later because we need to get moving so we don't accidentally have you here too long. But I do have it. I swear on my life I do have it.
I'm down for an art trade if you want to do an art trade, dude. Your art rules.
Sure.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what is your answer, Bill?
A.
The answer is in fact A. Cream the Rabbit. After the events of the first universe, that being Outcome Memories on Roblox. Yes, I like some Roblox games. Some of them are actually really cool. Basically, for context, it's like a Sonic EXE game, but like you need to survive against the killer as the main Sonic characters. Matthias accidentally ends up taking Cream through the escape portal when the planet they're on is about to explode. And Matthias feels personally responsible to get Cream home, and he has to protect Cream throughout the entirety of his journey. So yeah. Question 42.
Answer, Spino. You would have gotten a point.
Yeah, I'll give you a free drawing instantly changes the answer. Okay. Dr. Rebecca is the Universe 6 version of Dr. Gero. She struck way after the events of the Tournament of Power, and at this point, most of the other Dragon Ball OCs I have would have met up and formed a small little group together. Dr. Rebecca created androids just like Gero, who then fought the group. Did he create first? Spinel already answered before I read the question. They said A.
I mean, Thunder Drive is such a sick name. I'm going Jolene just because that sounds nice, though.
Alright, so you're saying Jolene?
Jolene.
Alright, the answer is Thunder Drive. So it's that the yeah, it's the only one. I don't know if I talked about Thunder Drive yet in the OC lore. I feel like I did. Hold on, let me look. No, I didn't actually say. His name is only mentioned one time, and there's no other lore question about him. I do recall telling you, Spinel, about a couple of my Dragon Ball OCs. So it's a good thing you remembered that one in particular, because that one was in fact the correct answer. So you are getting a point. And it's actually tied up now. It's 14-14.
No.
You better be careful, Bill.
No.
Alright, question 43. Robotic is an Ink AU, first try, who learned more about the overwrite button and more about his own code. He was able to stabilize his code thanks to his knowledge. He's smart. He fought in the war as a normal. I'm so smart, chat. He fought in the war as normal and won mostly as normal. I can't really say what went different because that's spoilers. After it was all said and done, he learned to harness overwrite energy to create machines and gadgets. He knew peace for quite some time until the main Ink went to his timeline and recruited him for help. Robotic, who had access to the crystal, created a gadget that could do what? Could it give Ink an infinite paint supply for combat? Could it increase Ink's power dramatically? Could it heal Ink back to full health? Or could it teleport Ink to the other AUs? And I should specify, this means like it creates a portal to the other dimensions. I should specify that because I'm looking at it and that's really weirdly worded.
I feel like it's B or D, but I don't know. Okay, I'll go B.
Right. Bill goes B. Spinel goes D. And it is in fact D.
No,
It
she's
creates
lying!
a
No,
portal for.
no!
Jeez, get over there. You sound like you fell out of a chair.
I did.
Oh my gosh, are you okay?
My heart's broken in half.
No need to be so overdramatic. Jeez.
This is everything to me.
All right. Hey. Oh crap! I clicked stop sharing.
No,
Mission
no,
button.
please, please, I need to win this.
It was a mission button.
No,
Like my
no,
mouse is
win.
kind of shaky for some reason. Something's off with my mouse. I don't know what. But like I was trying to check the Discord tab and I accidentally clicked stop sharing. Bill, hey, I'll give you 3 points if you give me a free drawing.
Wait 1 second. This feels like. I'm thinking about. I do want that art trade though, so I think I'll settle.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
do you have?
Okay, hold on. The next question. Time Lord is an Inkeu who found a strange side effect with the overwrite energy. Apparently, it creates a time distortion when enough energy is in a small area. So Time Lord took this idea and was able to harness enough energy to gain time manipulation powers. He rewound time to before the war even started and was able to defeat the Chaos Overlord thanks to the now lessened power difference. However, this power had a side effect that he wasn't exactly happy with. Which of these is the side effect?
Ooh, I mean B or C. No side effects. It's funny. I lied again.
There was no side effect. Maybe it's a trick question. Who knows?
No,
I've done one already.
Inknight would never lie to me.
I would never. I would never.
Hmm.
It's just like the images of like the dolphins and like it's really happy with a bunch of rainbows and it's like how it feels to spread misinformation.
Don't you dare! I think it's B. Cause he's a Time Lord, like the guy, the Time Lord guy.
Well, says B. Spinel says C. The answer was B.
Yeah.
Unable to age. It's now tied back up 15 to 15.
Yeah.
Excellent work. Yeah, he finds it strange that he isn't able to age, but at least it's not full on immortality. So he's thankful for that.
How? What age?
Alright, question 45. William is a character. True or false?
Wait, what age is he stuck at?
He's stuck at 18.
Okay. Damn, that's young. I'll go A, yeah. I feel like William's real.
Hey, this is true. He is in fact a character. Listen, man, alright? I got lazy, and I really could not come up with a good question for William.
Poor William.
Another one of those characters, like, he doesn't really have much lore to him at the end of the day.
I mean,
The
none of
next
them are
question.
real, really.
This is true. Zurl is a Dracoling who has powers related to gemstones. Most Dracolings have powers related to their elements, but as I stated, Zurl's is based on gemstones. Which of these gemstones does Zurl's have power on? Or her power is based on? As a note, she does have mana control because of the crystal mutating her DNA, but the crystal is more what allows her to use her mana and be a Dracoling. She can still harness the power from other gems.
I don't know. I'll go D because that's the name of a webcomic I like, and literally no other reason.
That's very cool. Spinel said shrimp because it was her favorite food.
Yep.
Her favorite snack.
Snack.
The answer is emerald. She harnesses it and it allows her to use more efficient healing magic and create barriers and walls.
Is that like connected to an emerald's meaning, or do you just think it's cool?
I think because it's green, it's like healing.
That
I mean, I think I looked up something about emeralds. I forget what it would have been that I looked up, but I remember looking something up related to Emerald, so it's probably, I don't know, we'll figure it out. Shiora is my like Terra OC, like where Pronto the Magnificent comes
Oh
from.
my god.
I still had a copy.
Scared me so bad.
Pronto the Magnificent.
Oh my god.
Okay, he's so great. I'm gonna send a 20-minute compilation of Pronto the Magnificent. It's gonna be great. Anyways, he's my like Terra OC. Shiori, not Pronto. Shiori's from the Western Caverns, where no one in the main cast is from. In those caverns, there's not only a race known as the Shadow Clan, but there's a group of humanoids. Humans who have been mysteriously transformed into dragon-like people. I like half human, half dragons. Don't judge me.
No, no
They
judging.
have had several disputes, which then led to war breaking out between the two races. What caused this war? How the slugs should be treated, how the humans should be treated, who owns what territory, and they just beefing with each other for real.
I agree with Spinel. I think it's C. But D is funny.
Alright. It is B.
Oh.
The Shadow Clan generally believes that humans are corrupt and should just not be cared about at all. Humanoids believe that the humans and slugs can coexist if it's handled correctly, which leads to a lot more scuffles between the two.
They don't care
Question.
about us.
For real. Question 48. Bill. Crap. You have to skip this next question. Leave. 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 Goodbye. Vanish. I don't know, deafen or something in close stream. I'll peek.
Let me pick a letter.
Yeah, just pick a letter. I'll tell you if it's right.
I think it's B, cause Bill. Okay, bye-bye.
Alright, B for Bill. Just like deafen and don't look at stream. I will tell you when it is safe and cannot speak. Oh, did they leave? Oh, they left. Oh, they didn't leave the call. They just left the area. I was just gonna say deafen, but okay. All right. So, Spinel, you're the only one who gets to answer this question. It's a Volpe hybrid and the older sister of Yari. Like Yari, however, who is very impulsive, Yari intends to think things through, especially when it comes to planning their next meal. She comes across Matthew, Zach, and Troy when hunting for her next meal. She decides to make. I said her next meal a lot in this sentence. I'm stupid. But to do what she usually. She decides to make them her next meal, but to do what she usually does, acting all caring and friendly, and then take them into her house. Then tranquilizes Matthew as he was having a mental episode, which Simo said might alert nearby demons. And she senses the mana of the trio, and instantly perceives one of the three as a large threat that she needs to deal with first. Which of these three does she see as the main threat? Is it Matthew, Zach, or Troy? Or is it Kyle, my sleep paralysis demon? It could be any of them. Okay. I'm honestly shocked because Bill got it. What? Wait, why does this box say that? That's not right. There you go. Now it's right. She somehow got, or sorry, not she. I apologize, Bill. If you're watching, I'm apologizing. My brain farted. He got it right, just blindly. I don't know how. That was incredibly lucky. But yeah. Zach has the most mana output when in his normal self. Troy is perceived as the next largest threat, and Matthew was perceived as the lowest threat, but he was having a mental episode, so he wasn't really having much mana output at all. Okay. Bill, return now. Got the question right while blinded. Oh, blind, by the way.
Hello.
Yeah, you got it right somehow. I don't know how. You just did.
B for Bill. B for Bill.
Real. Anyways, the next question. Now that you're back, hey, it's a Matthew question, and this isn't a spoiler because you've read the first 8 chapters. Matthew is the main character confronting the demons and is very mentally unstable. He also tends to have a lot of near-death encounters, be it of his own or volition.
Whoop. Whoop.
Oh no, my mic's muted. Ah.
Uh-oh.
What was the last thing you heard I say?
Volition?
Oh, okay. He also tends to have a lot of near-death encounters, be it of his own volition or of someone else's. How many times has Matthew nearly died in the first 8 episodes alone?
I should have reread. Okay. Does abuse by his parents count?
No, it has to be mentioned within the first 8 chapters, and it has to specifically say in some way like nearly dying.
Okay. Both instances with Grimm were pretty bad. Like one in the alleyway and the second at the school. Parents don't count. So before that, there was the bullies, but they weren't gonna kill him. They were just being really mean. I mean, they could have. I think it's 2. I think it's 2. I might be wrong.
Bill says 2. Spinell says 3.
No!
It is 3. That bully was going to kill him
No, I didn't know!
until he got chucked to Antarctica.
Damn it. I knew it happened, but
Yeah.
I didn't think it was
Also,
deeply
the
intense.
second time in the alley was just a random guy.
Oh.
It was not Grim. The third time was Grim, though. Yeah, this is gonna be a common trend with him. He's gonna nearly die a lot. You get used to it. It's gonna happen.
My poor guy. My poor boy, dude. Poor guy.
Yeah. Alright, and the last question of today. Hey, it's Oster, who I wanted to do for D&D. Oster is the character I was going to use for a cyberpunk style D&D campaign, but that got canceled for something else, so Oster isn't being used for that. However, Oster is going to be used in a story at some point. I gotta think of which one. Anyways, Oster has something that she hates dealing with. She will rip off your head if you do this. What is this trigger that she does not like?
Employment. Spinell, can you post your employment gif? The one where you
Job application, jump scare.
Yeah, can you post that real quick?
Hold on, I got it. Job application, jump scare. Yeah. Here we go.
No.
I think it should be this one. We both got it. Well, I'm faster. I did it first. Job application.
Why are you guys doing horror stuff on my stream? I hope it's air. No. Casting a plague upon her people is crazy.
Half human, half hellhound. For context.
Ooh. Digging food makes sense. I'm gonna say B. No.
Bill's B for Bill.
Is it B for Bill? Or is it A for application?
A for application.
Hard. I'm being jump scared right now, so I guess I'll go A. I swear if it's B, I'm gonna cry myself to sleep.
Alright, Spinell, what is your guess? C. The correct answer is C. If you call her cute, she will wildly disagree and your head will pop off.
Whoopsie.
Yep. If she doesn't already know you personally, say goodbye.
Gone. Okay.
Anyways, that is last question, and it is currently tied up because Spinell got it right. We're tied at 17-17. And that is the end of today. We have. Alright, we'll go back to the title card because everyone knows it's the most important part of the thing.
It's very beautiful. Clearly put a lot of time and effort into the title card, I see.
You know who else is beautiful? Pronto the Magnificent. He is also beautiful.
So stunning.
He is my boy. He is he is just my boy. End of sentence.
Spinel, don't.
I don't
Don't say
honestly.
that.
I don't know why I didn't put that in a favorite character thing. I have no clue why. But I don't know. Just replace SpongeBob with Pronto.
Be beautiful. Say bye to my stream, guys. This is the end of the stream. Say bye.
Yeah, this is gonna be the end of the stream. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk and chicken sandwich and I'm saying other words until you end the stream. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep speaking until the stream ends. We'll find out when it ends next time on Dragon Ball